Alright. We're recording? Yeah, we're recording. Alright, so. Virtual Cabin came out last night. Myself, Aaron, and like the entire F13 community were going through it, trying to figure this shit out. Eventually we did. I'm going to reset it so I can show you everything. And the steps to getting to every answer. This is going to be like a complete guide for it. Isn't normally my kind of thing, but I had a lot of fun trying to figure this out last night, so I wouldn't mind doing a bit of a guide. And most of the guys that you see out there, they're just like, hey, here's the answer. They're not, hey, this is how you get to the answer. I think that part's important because I don't think that they're done with this. I think that as more content is released for the game, they will update it. And if they do, there will be more puzzles for you to solve. And if you want to be able to figure them out for your own, for yourself, you need to be able to, learn through the logic of how to do this. You have to be able to figure all of that out. So here we are, Virtual Cabin. Fun stuff. Alright, so the first thing that we want to do so we can interact with stuff more is we want to look at some of these, right? On the back of these are word guesses. Oh, excuse me. If you notice, the word guesses have one letter with a blue kind of highlighted space. That blue highlight is the most important thing in this. And a lot of clues are given as a blue highlight. So, go to another thing with it right here. Rotate that around. There we go. If you notice, week 1, week 2, there's 6 of them. 6 weeks. And if you put them in order of you get the weeks, you put those answers in order, and you look at the blue letter for each one, gives you a password for the computer. Alright. So we got this one right here, week 1, furry friend with purple bow, that's Muffin, a dog from the movies. And then, come on, damn it, pick it up. There we go. Move. Doomed Ocean Liner, that's Lazarus from Jason Takes Manhattan. I don't remember what this one was. This is week 5, most filmed in Mask. That would be Kane Hodder, so Kane. He played Jason more than any other actor or stuntman. That's right, that's locked. There's not one in there, I don't believe. There is one over here. Damn it. Cured Meat and Famous Counselor, Kevin Bacon. So it's Bacon. From the first movie. Can't go in there yet. Original Mask owner is Shelley Finkelstein, the new counselor that they just put in, actually. Which week was this? It's week 4? It's week 4, it's week 5, 6. 1, 2. So we're just missing week 3s. Which I don't believe is in here at all, actually. It is over here. Most movies featuring Tommy Jarvis, that would be 3 of them. 4, 5, and 6. So, when you take the blue letters together, you get a word. Put them in order of the weeks, and you get the word mother. And there you go. Now we're in 1.0 to 1.1. So now we can crouch, we can pick up certain items. Yeah. So we can pick up. Let's do the masks first. The masks, I think, are an important one. So we'll grab that. And this door is open now as well. There should be a mask in here. Some fucking snake gets me every goddamn time. Ah, there it is. There's not a mask anywhere else down here. So upstairs we go. And then the last mask is in here, actually. Right there. Can't get out of there now. There we go. Alright. So right here on the wall are where all of the masks will go. Best thing to do is just to pick them all up right away. Now, you gotta place them in chronological order from when they appeared. First one would be part 3. Next would be, is that part 2? Is that part 2? No, it's Taste Manhattan. No, that's 4. That's 5. Oh, yeah, so we're not looking at part 1, part 2. We're looking for part 4 now because we just did part 3. So part 4 is that one. Then part 5 is that one. Part 6 is this one. Part 7 is the first one with Kane Hodder. This is the one that looks like it should be that one because they just kind of forgot to take that chunk off in the bottom. But anywho, and then the next thing you gotta do, because you realize you haven't actually done anything yet, right here it tells you a collection of masks that Jason wore from the Friday the 13th series. Now, if you're a movie buff, like I am, you realize, shit, one of these things don't belong then. And you'd be absolutely right. So now you gotta take that one off of the wall. And over here, get the patch. Alright, next thing to do is these various tapes spewed throughout here in places. The other two are downstairs. One in here. Shit, where's that last tape? I think it's in here. Nope. Completely made that up. Is it in here? Nope. In there? Nope. No, it's not in that one. Is it in there? Nope, how about in there? Nope. Alright. It's not in here. It's the tape in here. No, it is not. God damn, where's this last tape? Oh, that's a book, and that's a book. So now tape on here. Sorry guys, this is kind of embarrassing. I ran through all this shit before I even started. Right, so we got the tape that was there. How many tapes do we have on? We have 4 on it, or we have 3 on us right now. There are 4 of them. Maybe it's in here and I just didn't grab it. Oh yeah, it's on the pedestal. Duh. Alright, so it being on the pedestal is actually a clue. You would think, because if you look at the tapes, you know, you have Summer Camp Volume 1, which was the original name of the Friday the 13th game. You know, Camp Blood Part 2. Star Mummy Part 3. And Roy's Revenge Part 4. So, if you go over to here, where the VCR is, and you pop in your movie, you get a pause screen and a time date. You do that for all 4 of them, and it'll give you still frames. You know, pause it at that moment, it'll give you still frame of various items. So what we need to do is, around here are the various items. Well, there's one in here. And then, was there one in here? I don't think so. This hat. This sheriff star. And then this bandana. Alright, so each VHS tape correlates to a specific movie. 1, 2, 3, or 4. You look at the timestamp in that movie, and it will tell you, it'll show you which item goes where. So right here for part 4, and you know it's part 4 by the number of birds above the pedestal. Would be the hat. Over here for part 3, or it's part 1. God, I'm not doing very well on this guide, am I? It's the bandana. Gotta go back up the stairs. Here's part 3, which is the yo-yo, I believe. And then part 2 over here should be the share star. And you get your next badge. Okay. Next. Next thing that we want to do to get a badge is these figurines. Just go through and pick them all up because it'll be a hell of a lot easier. There's also one hidden in the bathroom over here. Alright, so you have to place the figurines for each diorama on the proper spot. It'll tell you which movie the diorama is from, so you just have to figure that out based off of the character descriptions. Jason goes in the middle on both of them, but you need to pay attention to which Jason you're putting. This one, for example, is clearly from like part 8 or 9. Part 9. It's Jason Goes to Hell. And this one is part 3. Right here, we want Chris, and right there, we want Ali. Now, you're not going to get a sound cue that is correct until you do both of them. So over here, we want part 9 Jason. And then here, we want Steven. And right there, we want Chris. And we have our next patch. Alright, from here, we have one more patch to get for the moment, and it's with this phone. If you notice, there's a phone number right there that you can call. You can call that. You can call Pinehurst Diner, the mental institution, the Lazarus, and 911 itself. And every time you do, the more you call them, the angrier they get until eventually they get killed. So yeah, do that. Get everybody killed. Who cares? But there is a specific number that we have to call to get the last badge. Now, I don't know exactly where all of the numbers are, but if you notice here on this potato sack, there is a blue 5, and then on these glasses, blue 0005, 2 blue matches, a blue 7, and then upstairs there's a blue number 4. So apparently, this was one that got a lot of people stumped, that Aaron and I were stumped on. We had to wait for the answer to come out as we were trying to figure it out. But what happens is, you look at these items, you find what movie they belong in, and then the blue number is part of a phone number. So you have to find the movie that it's in, and then the order of movies is the order of numbers. So, for example, Forest Green County. Shit, I actually don't know which one that's in. I don't actually know which one any of these are in. But let's say Forest Green County is in part 4, right? That means that number 4 would be the 4th movie. I don't know how people figured that out. I certainly wasn't smart enough to do it, but they did. So the number that we have to call is 1 5 5 5 3 4 2 9 2 7 7.
Who is this? Where is my boy?
And we have the last patch. So we go over to the wall here, and there's a little board for us to hang all our patches on. And now there's a phone ringing downstairs, huh? Welcome to the Jason room. Not creepy at all, mind you, but it's cool because you can click on each one and read about the Jasons. It's pretty dope. Answer the phone.
You can bring him back, you know. There's always a way.
Couple of phone calls from Jason's mother, and then she just kind of shows up behind us somehow. Yeah, that's how physics works and stuff. Now you're gonna get this screen. It says virtual cabin completed. It is not. It is not completed. So now you gotta go back into the virtual cabin. Once it loads, eventually. Not that I don't mind that screensaver. And we are on New Game Plus. Oh. any moment now. And we're back in. So, you look around. You realize door's still open, right? We don't have our inventory anymore. However, that stuff is still there. We can still crouch. We can pick items back up again, but we don't need any of them. Actually, one thing I'm curious about is this. That's not up there anymore. From now on, the Roy Burns mask is just completely gone. It will never be back. However, you can pick up all the other masks. Which is kind of cool. But the Roy Burns one will never show up again. Alright, so now, look at this calendar. Friday, August 13th, Twisted Secrets revealed, Location Scout. If you change the date on here to... Now, it wants you to change it to August 13th. I think 1982. You change it to any year and any month that is on Friday the 13th. The phone downstairs will start to ring. Always a little unsettling coming down here. Answer the phone once again. Talk to Pamela again.
There's always a way.
I didn't do something correctly. So, that was a weird one. Okay, so anytime I've done this, I've always switched this to June 13th, 1979, which is when Pamela died. But apparently, I didn't know that you didn't need to do that to complete it the first time. So that's where I screwed up just now. I decided to change something that I didn't need to change. So here we go. Oh, okay.
You should have been watching him.
Oh, cool. Broken glass. That's cool. That's cool. And we go dark for a moment. Walk towards the axe. You do have to walk towards the axe to trigger this. So essentially, that was weird, as we notice, one of the Jasons is broken out, the Part 3 Jason. What we have to do now is follow him. Oh, and Deborah is now dead. But that's not all. Tiffany's dead too. That's not Tiffany, that's Jenny. Jenny's dead too. Walk this way, and there goes Jason, who's using a machete, even though it's not his correct weapon for that part, but whatever. Up to here, and holy shit, Chad. And Bugsy. Both dead. That's nice, guys. So now we go down the stairs. And, oh, this door is open now, and look who else is dead. Tiffany. Thought that was bad. Boom. Kenny is dead as well. Everybody's just dying, apparently, but pick up this key from Kenny. Head over to here. And, oh no, Jason broke through the door. Alright. Now that we're out here, cool little spot, you know, we're outside hanging out. Use the key to unlock this and pick up the shovel. That's going to be very important. Next, head over to this fridge. Now there's a radio here that you can interact with. And you can scroll through, listen to various songs and whatnot from it. The reason I'm pointing that out is because on this fridge over here is a little lock, combination lock. You have to input a certain number to unlock it clearly and get what's inside. The correct number is 5, 3, 1, 2. No, it's not. That's because that's not a 3. That's a 3. Man, I need to wear my glasses. Now, the reason I pointed out the radio was because this was another part that everybody got stumped at, and nobody knew how to figure out the combination. And then suddenly the combination was just all over the internet, just similar to Pamela, where nobody knew how to get it, but everybody knew of it. Some people said that Pamela's age when she died, and Jason's age when he died. That is incorrect. Pamela died when she was 59, and Jason died when he was 10 or 11, not 12 and not 53. So, the other thing is that supposedly on this radio there's Morse code that gives it. I couldn't hear the Morse code or tell it, so I don't know how the hell they got it, but they did. And we got the head.
Come home to Mommy, Jason. You know the way.
And Fox is hanging out looking like a badass. Alright. So, next thing to do is, I know it says don't go over here, but we're going to. Alright, go over to this machete, follow the exact path that it lists over to this tree. It points directly over to here. Follow this exact path. You need to be careful, because if you stray just a little too far left or right, you will get killed. This arrow points directly over to here. To these ducks, and then these ducks point directly across to a mound of dirt over there. You cannot run straight to the mound of dirt even if you know where it is. You have to follow the path. Use the shovel, dig up the dirt. And you find this dead dog. Get the patch, and it resets you into the beginning. If you stray too far from the path even just a little bit, Jason comes up behind you and kills you. And he has a few different kill animations, so it's nice. There's one with a pitchfork. Alright. We'll do this one first. Come up to Jason's shack. Now that you have his mother's head. Place the head down.
You did good.
And that moves and you get a patch. I really expected Jason to come from behind and kill us there, but he doesn't. Alright, next. In the cemetery, and to prove that she wasn't 53 when she died, there you go, 1930 to 1979. It's not 53, guys. It's not 53. In fact, it's 49. It's not even 59. It's 49. Anyways. Use the shovel again. Dig up Jason's grave. Open it up. That's always fun. Now, over to here. Pick this up. Reenact the opening of part 6. Play It's Alive, because, you know, young Frankenstein. And you have been killed by Jason. Who steps on your body? That's very nice. Alright, pick up this last patch. Head back over to here. Oh look, and now everybody else is dead too, including Fox, who is impaled. Yep. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, the pitchfork does go. And for a moment, it looked like the pitchfork didn't go in. Anyways, right here, place our patches. And we get the gas. Put the gas in the boat. Get on the boat. Say goodbye to Vanessa and Mitch. And go for a nice little boat ride across the lake. Oh look. The cops are on the horizon. So hopeful. So calming. So peaceful. Ah, shit. And we completed the virtual cabin again. But wait, there's more. The devs really went out of their way on this one. Back to the virtual cabin we go. And any minute now this will load. At least give me one of the hot girls for the loading screen. I mean, not that I would objectify them at all. That's just... I'm just gonna shut up now. Now, see, notice where it says launching virtual cabin debug.exe. Alright? And we're in new game plus plus, whatever. The important thing is the debug. So we can actually go straight outside now. Everybody's still dead. Yippee. I don't think I ever actually noticed the axe right there. It's not important. So, these radios, there's like 4 or 5 of them throughout the virtual cabin. You play them and they play nice little like developer commentary, which is cool. This is the only one that matters for solving this.
Do you have any like weird glitches or strange bugs that you found? Late in development, we had this bug. We swore it was like the spirit of Jason coming into the game or something. But sometimes during a match, these invisible holes would generate, and if you managed to fall through one, you'd end up in this weird, untextured area of the map. It was not like an area we physically created, but like made of bits of our assets. Eventually you'd be shot up high into the air and killed by Jason in the sky. Luckily we were able to get it out before cert, but it was a tough one.
How were you able to find it?
We had this debug code that would show us the holes in the map. That helped us hunt them down.
What was the debug code?
You know, it's the same code everyone uses when they need to input a secret code in a video game. I mean, just remember back when we were kids.
It's probably better for legal that way.
So, that code is important. That code is the goddamn Konami code. So you don't actually have to walk back in here before you put it in, but you're going to put it in. It's up, up, down, down, left, right, circle, X. And now we have the debug menu. You can put frames on, that doesn't really do anything. You want to turn show collision on, and that gives you an unknown error. Close the debug menu, and now you can just kind of walk around like this and see stuff, but it looks kind of cool, you know? You see like the hitboxes on everything and whatnot. I've actually never tried to change the date again. Be safe. Anyways, so you notice, you know, this looks kind of cool. You can see a lot of stuff. You hear that like glitchy noise though? You want to find that. Thing is, it's not up here at all. It's downstairs. Something about that door was fucked up. So you just walk straight through the door, and you end up here in a place that's surely to hurt your eyes. Play the new
We
message.
spent a lot of time tuning the game to make sure it was fun to play as a counselor, and we knew we had it when... Funny guys, hilarious. How long have you been waiting to play that for? Anyways, we finally... Oh, shit. Kane, that's dope. You got me. Oh, careful, bro. Your knife is dripping on the...
Oh! I think one of the devs may have just been killed. Kind of, Wes Craven's New Nightmare style. It's very reminiscent of that, when Freddy turns out to just be a figment of their imagination, made for some movies, and then he, becomes real. Oh, but we have this little secret patch there now. So we picked that up, and now we have this one.
We spent a lot of time...
And we grab that, and we fall through the floor, and kind of load back in, apparently. Don't worry, we're almost done. We're getting to the good part. Unstable build. And now we see a bunch of shit fucking up. Right, you look around. A bunch of things are just kind of screwing up. Looks kind of weird. Right, all over the place. Things are just getting untextured. Still can't go in there. But we got these. So you follow the trail, and oh shit. Chuck Bernhardt, Ilphonic CEO. Clark murdered, I didn't notice that the last time. And so we continue to follow the trail. Can I actually go outside during this part? No, you cannot. Okay. Follow the trail. And it leads downstairs. Now from here, if you notice, some of these Jasons happen to be wielding secret patches for you to pick up and grab from their hands. Oh, and then he decides to kill us. But we're not done yet, son. Now, all of the Jasons have escaped. So, follow the trail once more. All the way up to here. And into here. Oh. But where are we? It looks so scientific, futuristic. What's going on? What the fuck? This is like some Independence Day or Armageddon level shit. Oh snap. Meet Uber Jason from Jason X. And that, my friends, is the end of the virtual cabin.